the New York Jets are firing their head coach, Robert Saleh. And, man, I think this is a lateral to negative move because I don't think Saleh was the biggest issue with that coaching staff. Now, I know Rodgers has connections to Nathaniel Hackett, but in the past few years, every time Nathaniel Hackett has been in a position of authority, whether that's as a coordinator, whatever it might be, we have seen a severe lack of success from the field that he's in. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think Hackett, Rodgers has a good mind for the game. He's been around the NFL for a long time. So who am I to doubt him and who we trust? But from what we've seen with Hackett, it hasn't been good. And I think Saleh, I don't think Robert Saleh was the biggest issue there. And it's coming out now as well that Saleh was considering firing Hackett until he himself was fired. And, just with Hackett once again, I think he's a bigger issue at the coordinator position than Saleh was as a head coach because Saleh, whatever you can say about his offensive limitations, because the Jets offense has not been good under him. Guess what has? The Jets defense has been amazing with him for the most part, and they've had to deal with bad QBs putting them in bad situations like Zach Wilson. So that's a credit to the defense and the game planning on that end from Robert Saleh. So I think, having a very good defensive-minded head coach, if you're developing a young quarterback, that's not good. But because, then you kind of want to focus on the offensive end and let the quarterback get accustomed to the league. But for a seasoned veteran like Aaron Rodgers, I think a defensive-minded head coach can work out pretty well because it can make life a lot easier for the offense if the offense is able to put themselves in positions to win. So I think, once again, it came down to the coordinator because we saw with Nathaniel Hackett over for the Denver Broncos. There was that year with Russell Wilson, his first year there, where the defense was really, really good. But guess what? Russell Wilson, the offense could get nothing going. And Hackett was very good in Green Bay a long time ago. But ever since then, we've just seen middling results. I think he was the biggest issue. I think Robert Saleh could have worked out. Once again, if we're talking about a head coach, a defensive-minded head coach with a veteran of the game. Look at Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. The Patriots had that good defense for so long. And Tom Brady did just fine, right? So I think Saleh, moving him, I don't know that you're going to find a much better coach at this point in the season, and especially learning a new game plan for a team that came in with aspirations of winning a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers on the helm. Firing your head coach this early in the season or mid-season at all is not a good move, and it does not help your outlook whatsoever. If you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could find it in you to like, subscribe, maybe check out the full podcast on Spotify. Follow us on there. Follow us on Instagram. I know realistically this podcast isn't going to go anywhere ultimately, whether it's via the segments on YouTube or the entire podcast itself. But I want to get into the sports broadcasting business. I want to be able to promote thought-provoking discussions about the NBA, and I would love to do it via State of the Association. Thank you if you made it all the way through.